Is Obi ready to deputize Atiku? Is another question.
Obi and Kwankwaso will be the best for the position.
The sufferings of the masses continues.
Okay, thank you very much. With the way the political scenario is going right now, ADC is coming up stronger as opposition. What we expected from PDP, but I don't know. They failed in that part. But thank God for the emergence of ADC. And coming together of people like David Mark, Amechi, Peter Obi, recently Erufa joined them, and so many other people. I think among them, with Kwankwaso, all of them in the group, if Atiku will be willing to allow the younger ones to go, I think Obi and Kwankwaso will be the best for the position. At least if they can dialogue very well and come to compromise over it. If they can give Obi a chance, you understand, it's like the young man is having the zeal and he's optimistic in making a difference in the nation. And I believe he's going to do something. He's the best among them, if I must say.
Who finally emerged as the opposition figure, as a candidate for 2027 election is quite something I feel that they should really look into. Number one, what is the general acceptability of the person? If, for instance, Atiku has a kind of edge when it comes to the north, if you look at the person like the person of Obi, he has the backing of the south. Then the likes of Kwankwaso has a very strong hold, especially in Kano, looking at their voting population. Then the others, let me say the others that are also coming up. So it is very critical. One, you look at the acceptability, general acceptability. You must put the religious consideration of Nigerians. Then what is the capacity of whoever that emerge? You can give Atiku that, okay, Atiku has the general cloud, being a former vice president. Then the likes of Obi was a former governor. And we've heard what he has done in Anambra State. So the pairing of the opposition also matters. If Obi can stand to hold forth for the South, I'm sure they should get a very strong, acceptable person from the North. The likes of Kwankwaso is acceptable in the Northwest, even though Kano is his major stronghold. Then the likes of Atiku has this, there is this sympathy that the Northerners have for him. Coming from the Northeast is a good one. But is Obi ready to deputize Atiku is another question that we must be ready to answer.
Political parties that we had in the past, Nigerians are saying that they were failures. And this is a set of people. If they do not actually stand to benefit within the existing political party, the only thing that they do is thinking how to form another political party. But if you look at the genesis of the creation of political parties in Nigeria, how far has Nigeria gone? And how much has Nigeria benefited from all those political parties? You see, the success of a political party does not depend on maybe separating yourself from that political party and going to form another. Now, because people of like minds, when they come together to say, okay, this is our manifesto, this is our policies, this is what we can do for Nigerians, and concertedly and conjointly, and they are able to come together to implement the policies of that political party, that is where you see the people stand to benefit. But today, when you vote them in, it's another thing tomorrow. And we, as Nigerians, we have seen so far that the politicians of today, this present dispensation, do not have the interests of the populace in their heart. They can give anything to make sure that they get there. They can even take the life of another to make sure that they get there. But when they get there, what do you see? The sufferings of the masses continues.
As I am here, I will never throw my vote away. Say I'm voting any other party, because I know that APC is sitting there and he's sitting there. Because he hold the knife, he hold the yam. The INEC is his own. Chief Judge is judiciary is his own. The SSS is his own. IG is his own. Defense Minister is his own. So what are we talking? My fear is that ADC leaders, they should be careful so that they don't have to allay them one allegation and throw them inside prison before the election. Yes. I don't know if you know what I'm talking. They should be careful so that they don't have to allay them one allegation and push them to say, and they will be there and do the election. Because the person sitting on the seat is not anyhow somebody. And besides, party or no party is not the issue. The problem we are having today in this country is the INEC and the judiciary. INEC and the judiciary is the problem we are having in Nigerian politics today. Because if INEC will be sincerely and do their work and bring out the rightful person at the win without looking back, collecting money and bringing the wrong person. If the judiciary will look at the INEC mistake and say, INEC, you did a mistake for what you declared, look at the rightful person, I think Nigeria will be in order.